All right, so we got why do people hate the Ultramarines? I'm gonna edit that out. You know, obviously that mistake is actually not gonna be in the video. I'm gonna edit that out. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason they hate them is because they're actually pretty good, bro. That's it.
G'day guys and gals.
Hey,
the level of salt in the Warhammer 40k community has been steadily dropping these days. I'm seeing a lot less seething nerd rage and a lot more chill. What I'm trying to say is that I feel like the community is at a low level of toxicity, which is always nice. Haven't gotten death threats in quite a while, but some things will never die, such as the prejudice many fans feel towards the
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. You're a Hall of Fame just menace to society if you send in death threats over Warhammer. I'm sorry, bro. Yo, you need to be locked up immediately.
glorious Ultramarines. If you're an old fan, you're aware of what I'm talking about. Despite the boys in blue being the literal face of Warhammer, lots of people hate it and continue to hate them, their Primarch, their mums, everything about them. And if you were a newer fan, then you're probably still somewhat aware of this rage towards them. Although it has diminished somewhat in recent times, many fans still roll their eyes and scoff whenever someone picks Ultramarines as their army of choice. Today we'll uncover why people hate the Ultramarines, pointing out the facts of the matter as well as why recent opinions of them have greatly improved. By the end of this video, we will know if the rage boner was justified or if people just got carried away.
And also, bro, they are the poster boys for Warhammer, bro. Think about it. They got a nice color to them. That's number one. Number two, they got a memorable name. Number three, bro, they're good. They're not like, you know, terrible. They're not great at this one thing. They're good. They're like the Swiss Army knife of like Warhammer, bro. Like they're pretty much good at everything. And like I said before, they have like a nice color. They have like a nice name. It's just like they are legit like that's like, for instance, like somebody will say like, oh, Superman's a boring character. That's why whatever. Bro, that's the whole point. His name is Superman. Like he's gonna have he can jump over buildings or whatever. He can fly. He got stuff coming out his eyes and stuff like that. He got the cool mint breath, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, yes, he's boring to a lot of people's standard, but like, bro, his name is Superman. Like, what do we like? I don't get like the whole like kerfuffle about this whole thing. Like, bro, like they're the poster boys of Warhammer, bro. Like, they're good. They're good at everything. They're supposed to be like the image of Warhammer. Who you want to... Yo, I'm sorry. Let me just feel you. Who do you want to be the image of the Warhammer? Who? Because if it's not the Ultramarines, if it's not Titus, or if it's not what's his name, yo, G-Thug, yo, who do you want to be? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a few names. I mean, first and foremost, Vulcan. We gotta have Vulcan as the number one. I'm gonna be honest with you, Vulcan, he will make a perfect face of Warhammer, bro. I promise you.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it!
To detail the first and most obvious reason why Ultramarines copped a lot of hate, I'd like to use an analogy from Australian politics. This is Josh Frydenberg, the former deputy leader of the former Australian government. Josh was the federal representative of an electorate that was known to vote for his party in large numbers. It was called a safe seat for Josh. Josh was poised to take control of his political party after the election, becoming one of the most powerful people in Australia. However, Josh fucked up. During the election, he got a bit sweaty as his seat was under threat by a neurosurgeon. So Josh did what any dumb shit retard would do. He bought literally every single billboard in the entire electorate and he plastered his face on all of them.
Ooh, that's nice marketing. Ooh, that's nice marketing. Ooh. Oh, he said, you know what? He said, I got big, deep pockets. He said, yo, as a matter of fact, since y'all wanna play that game, all right, bet. I'll just use the power of just promotion. I'll just put my face anywhere and everywhere. That's what I'll do.
He got roving billboards on people's houses. Fuck, he literally leased the front of businesses shutting down so he could put his face on.
Look, and their blue is what, bro. Blue is such a like attractive color, bro. I don't know like what to think about it, bro. Like most of faces for like I was about to say good guys. I don't want to say good guys, but most of like the faces for like these video games or like genres or even like sports and stuff like that. Most of these faces have like attractive colors with them, if that makes sense. Like for example, bro, Superman, bro. Superman's colors are like what? It's a bright blue and a and a bright red, bro. Like he has like attractive colors. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, that stuff matters. I know y'all thinking, I know y'all looking at me like, yo, what is bro talking about? You'll get what I'm saying, bro. Like colors, they go so well with like the branding of something. You get what I'm saying? Like.
Them. And you know what happened to Josh, the deputy leader of Australia in his stronghold safe electorate? He got smashed and now no longer has a seat in politics. The moral of the story is that people don't want to see your fucking face 24/7, especially if you're some desperate, bolting, corrupt shithead. Same thing happened with the Ultramarines. They are plastered on every single Space Marine box as the demo.
Okay, that was a bad example. Yo, Majorkill, that was a horrible example. Yo, here's an example that I'm going to use to counter that. That's just like, for example, YouTube. For example, on YouTube, obviously you will have the standard. Let's say the standard is Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, when his core watches his videos or whatever, yo, YouTube sends his videos out to people who don't even watch him. And they decided they want to watch him, Now, an opposite of that is having somebody, bro, who... I don't know if they have an audience or not, but let's say they make a video and bro, it's such a hateful video that like it gets attention, if that makes sense. We've all seen videos, bro, where these videos are like so hateful or whatever, or it gets like bad traction that it basically goes up in attention because of the shock factor or the or the baiting, if that makes sense. Prime example, like a Jubilee video. I don't know if you guys ever like click on like a Jubilee video, but they do like Republican. I'm glitching today. They do Republican. They do Republicans. Oh my God, yo, can I not talk today? They do red versus blue, Democrats versus Republicans, right? Or they do I don't know, black versus white. Or they do having a mom in your life versus having a dad in your life group. They do these different groups and stuff like that. And basically what it does is it causes conversation in the comments and stuff. And obviously that engagement boosts the video. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's not really like, yes, having like, bro, Mr. Beast's face is everywhere, bro. It's everywhere, bro. As soon as you go on YouTube, Mr. Beast's face is right there, whether you watch him or not. At the end of the day, like Majorkill said, if you're like corrupt or whatever, yeah, nobody wants to see your face. But at the end of the day, let's not ever step on the power of just seeing somebody's face over and over and over again, because that works for some people. Actually, that works for a lot of people.
Models. Every reveal has the Space Marines painted in blue and gold. If anything, the release of the Primaris has made this worse, making everything that little bit extra ultramarine-y. Quite a few new release models that are supposed to be available to any chapter have the Greco-Roman elements to them, which is unique to the Ultramarines. I'll cover why GW has chosen the Ultramarines as their poster boys in another video, but people are just sick of seeing them. Tying into that point, when new people join the hobby and get their starter kit, they'll feel almost obliged to paint their minis as Ultramarines, as they don't know enough lore to connect with one of the other legions or chapters, and they just kind of see what's in front of them and go off that. This shouldn't really matter, but I can see how this would tick a few people off. People who feel like their chapter is being neglected in favor of the Ultra Wank. The next reason why people...
But also, I feel like it's not that serious, bro. If you have like... And also, bro, people's decisions change. It should never even be a problem to where you get mad because, oh, the Ultramarines, they're getting shown a lot. Bro, just be glad that the Ultramarines are just being shown because it's attracting more people. It's attracting way more people. So how can you as a hardcore fan, I'm sorry, y'all, I cannot talk today. I'm sorry, y'all. How can you as a hardcore fan be mad at the Ultramarines for attracting people? Because at the end of the day, bro, if I'm being real, if I'm Games Workshop and I have to pick one faction or one group or whatever to represent the branding of my video game, of my lore or whatever, bro, I'm picking the Ultramarines, bro. I'm sorry. Who do you want me to put up there? Slaanesh? Who you want me to, yo, I'm being real. Who do you want me to put up there, bro? Especially, bro, like I said, the color and stuff, it matters, bro. The look matters. Like, for example, for the I got into Warhammer from Space Marine, from the video game. Yo, having Titus on the front page, bro, with his blue armor, bro, that attracted me, bro. Not in that way, obviously. I know some people will be like, hey, yo, listen, I already did. I've been on the internet for too long, bro. I know your tricks. But like, bro, like obviously, bro, having Titus, you know, with that intimidating look, with the blue armor, that attracted me to the game, bro. And so at the end of the day, I mean, listen, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but at the end of the day, I just find it kind of points because, bro, your community is growing, bro. Your community is your community is growing at a fast rate because of not only because of Ultramarines, but like, bro, whenever you have like the Ultramarines as like a poster on your books or on your video games or on your your tabletop boxes or whatever, bro, it's attracting people.
Rather cheese grate their balls than play Ultramarines is because of their goody two-shoes nature. Now GW have done a good job of twisting this into a positive, but here is why it originally pissed people off. The Ultramarines were the clean, by-the-book boys who lacked a bit of flavour as a result. Sure, they have their Roman aesthetic, which is cool, but it seemed more like a cosmetic thing rather than a core part of their identity. They didn't seem to have any unique wildcard features or dark secret struggles. They were kind of there doing their straighty 180 thing, which wasn't that exciting. Alpha Buzzer actually memed this quite well in his earlier text-to-speech videos, highlighting the community's dislike of them as well as their try-hard, almost cringe persona.
Yeah, but that's the... maybe I'm just looking at this from like a whole different like way. Like I genuinely think that I'm looking at this from like a different perspective, because I can't see it from, I'm trying my hardest to see it from you guys' perspective, bro, but like I can't. Truly, I swear to God, I cannot see it from y'all perspective, because if that's the case, bro, who would you have? Okay, that's my example. To anybody that's watching right now, who would you guys have as as like the main cover or as like the poster board or whatever? Who would you guys have? Who would you guys have? Because here's what I think. Here's what I think you guys would have. I think you guys would have like an evil person as the poster or whatever. Y'all would either say the Emperor. And I'm not even gonna look at the comments. Obviously, I'm doing a video, so like, you know, the comments comes after the video. But I think y'all gonna say either the Emperor, y'all gonna say either Horus, or y'all gonna say, y'all might throw one of y'all favorite Primarchs in there, but y'all might say, nah, I'm about to say Fulgrim, but I don't think y'all, nah, some of y'all are freaks though. Y'all might put Fulgrim up there too, but I definitely think y'all gonna say the Emperor or Horus. Bro, I just think that as a, not even as a safe bet, but I just think as a poster just pick, or just a poster just example of just how cool Warhammer looks, I think that the Ultramarines do a nice job at that, bro. Maybe that's just how I see it. Again, I'm trying my best to see it from y'all point of view. Because I don't think, as somebody who actually just got into Warhammer, bro, y'all seen my progression as me learning Warhammer, whatever, y'all seen me get into Warhammer or whatever. Bro, I'm going to keep it real for what it is, bro. The Ultramarines, bro, they're like I think they're like the perfect example of like, they're just like, I feel like they're more like, what's an example, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Superman example, bro. I think they're more like a Superman like type of example, because I get it from a lot of people's perspective or whatever. A lot of people say, "Oh, Superman is boring. Superman is this. Superman is that." But like, bro, Superman is the greatest of all time, bro. Like, he is legit. That he is the definition of a superhero. He is the definition of a superhero. Regardless of what you say, oh, well, you know, Superman, all of his powers were natural. He was born with his powers. You know, Spider-Man is way better because he was bit by this and da-da-da-da-da. And Batman, he doesn't even have any powers, and he beat and he uses his money to... I understand, like, you have your own personal, like, you know, liking for other superheroes or whatever, but, like, you have to keep it real for what it is. If we're talking about the epitome of a superhero, bro, Superman's the greatest of all time. He's superhero, bro. Superman is literally like what a superhero is, bro. By definition. He is literally by definition what a superhero is. It's in his name. Same thing with the Ultramarines, bro. Whenever it comes down to Warhammer, bro, there's no... I can see why Games Workshop put them as the poster boy for their video games. I can see why I can see why Games Workshop put them as the faction that has more people or more Marines than almost anybody else's group or whatever. I can see why. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I cannot speak in this video, y'all. I'm over stuttering Stacy, bro. But y'all get what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel like me personally, I think they are the... I think they're like the perfect look for Warhammer, if that makes sense, bro. That's what I think. Maybe that's just me, but y'all can agree. Agree to disagree, whatever.
There's a reason why Cato Sicarius, is voiced as if he had just had his balls crushed between two boulders. To expand on this, when the Horus Heresy ended, Guilliman created the Codex Astartes, which was like a guideline for how Space Marines should act. This made the term play it by the book extremely literal for the Ultramarines. The Codex was also enforced upon the other chapters, which further pissed off other players who didn't want their chapters to be influenced by the boys in blue. However, here is how GW have taken steps to address and fix this complaint. Firstly, there was a scene in recent lore where Guilliman had been revived and was talking to an Ultramarine. Guilliman notices how polished and shiny the Ultramarine's armor is and says, "Bro, your armor was fine yesterday. Why did you polish the ever-living shit out of it, you tryhard?" And the Ultramarine gets kinda upset and Guilliman feels bad, and he says, "Okay, sorry, don't worry, it looks nice." The interaction ends with the Ultramarine saying, "I am an Ultramarine. Trying too hard is the entire point of us, isn't it?" This made Guilliman smile. If you're going to be the try-hard goody two-shoes, then it's important that you own it, which is what they've done here. On top of that, there are a number of instances in the lore where chapters adhering to the Codex Astartes too closely have become predictable and were beaten as a result of this.
And also, isn't like G-Thug a try-hard too? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care what y'all say. I'm a try-hard. Hey, I'm a try-hard sweat. I try hard in anything that I do. That's just me naturally. I like being a try hard, y'all. Like sometimes, like in some instances or whatever, or some situations, I am cool, I am chilled or whatever. Like I'm not no try hard and like conversating with somebody or nothing like that. But like whenever it comes down to just like, you know, me trying to entertain you guys, you know, in the YouTube videos or whenever I'm outside trying to play basketball or whenever I'm anything that I do, I think I'm just like a natural tryhard. You get what I'm saying? So
overall, the Tyranids nearly defeated the Ultramarines at Macragge because the book was outdated and hadn't accounted for the space bugs of death. This shows that playing it by the book in Warhammer isn't always the best way to go about things. Guilliman himself low-key abolished the Codex Astartes upon his resurrection, referring to it now as a set of outdated suggestions and guidelines rather than a strict rulebook. Even Cato Sicarius, who, let's face it, is a bit of an ass-kissing cocksucker, was given a solid character arc, getting traumatized during some incidences in the warp which have made him a lot more grounded and less insufferable. My point is that it's good to see GW recognizing the negative attitude towards the Ultramarines as a result of their mistakes, hence taking steps to fix them. I have spoken to a number of people who hated Ultramarines back in the day. Most of them now say that as a result of the better lore, characters, and less bullshit ultra wank writing, they are now one of their favorite chapters. So where did all this shit Ultramarine writing come from? A dude known as Matt Ward. There was an era where the Ultramarines were retardedly overpowered. Cato Sicarius defeated...
And y'all had... Yo. I know y'all think that this was about to slide. I promise you it's not about to slide. See, I was supposed to spin the block on y'all a long time ago. Yeah, bro. Y'all don't think I see the comments? No, I see the comments. As a matter of fact, I like all the comments. Even if it's like a bad comment towards me, I like it. Did y'all really think that this would go unnoticed? See, I seen this, I think like, I can't even put it like a number to my mind. But I seen a bunch of y'all. Yeah, you're caught. Yeah, I know you're chuckling to yourself right now. Yeah, you're caught. I seen a bunch of y'all in the comments. Y'all was like, bro, King Gideon's like the Mad Warrior, but only for Vulcan and the Salamander. That's how y'all look, by the way. Really? See, I heard about this Matt Ward guy. I heard about him. And then I was like, you know what? Let me actually put a poll up on my YouTube channel. Let's just see what you guys think. And as I said, who's the biggest glazer? I just wanted to see. And both of the options, obviously it was Matt Ward and King Indy. It was me. I intentionally put Matt Ward as the first option. Because typically, what most people do is they click on the first option. That's just natural. Tell me why I posted that 24 hours later. I go back to check. Exactly 24 hours later. I go back to check. Yeah, don't worry. No. You're about to get exposed. Don't worry. I'm about to look it up right now. Bro, I couldn't believe this, bro. I literally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I quite literally couldn't believe this, bro. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm about to look it up. Y'all about to get exposed. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it, right? Yeah. I said, who's the biggest glazer? Matt Ward or King Indy? 315 votes. 79% of those 315 votes voted for me. Are y'all serious? I couldn't believe y'all put me up there. Yo, y'all put me above him. And I heard that most of y'all hate him. Is this what we doing in 2025? Is this what we doing in 2025? Answer, yo, riddle me that. Is this what we doing in 2025? I'm above Matt Ward. I'm above him. Yo, y'all hate him. Let that sink in, bro. Like, are y'all serious?
The Catan Shard. Marnie's Calgar was able to fucking deadlift a big-ass Necron pylon, and also punch an Avatar of Cain to death. The greatest insult, however, was the fact that Matt stated that the Ultramarines were literally the best Space Marines, the gold standard that other chapters would always aspire to be like, yet always fall short, and that they all secretly wish that Marnie's Calgar was their chapter master. Huge fucking bruh. He did a lot of other cook shit, like...
I mean, but like, is he... I don't want to be that guy, yo. Like, but like, is he wrong? Who's the standard, like, who's the standard best Space Marines? Who's the best? Who's better than the Ultramarines? Who? I don't want to be that guy, but like, I'm gonna be my own man, and I'm gonna have my own opinion. I want y'all to... listen, I want y'all to be your own men and women and have your own opinion. Who's better than the Ultramarines? Who? Please let me know. Because I'm going to keep it real. Whoever you say, they're not better than the Ultramarines. Yo, Matt, I can't lie to you. I might have your back on this one. Who's better? Because y'all know me. I've been checking out lore for like, what, 8-9 months? I'm going to keep... No, I'm sorry. For like 7 or 8 months. Who's better? Please let me know in the comments down below. Who is better than Ultramarines? Who? I want to know, you know?
Random lore-conflicting trash, overpowered characters, ignoring previously established lore, and even messing with the tabletop game. GW has been steadily retconning quite a lot of his work over the years, because it was so bad. So you can imagine with this guy having an ultra boner for the blue boys, shit would always go sideways. By Matt trying to basically make it canon that the Ultramarines are better than the other chapters, everyone who plays the other chapters, which is, you know, a lot of people, suddenly had a very appropriate reaction of, "Get fucked, ya dog." That definitely would have been my reaction. This was the peak Ultramarine hate period, with the vast majority of people who still hate the Ultramarines using this as their reference point. For non-Space Marine players, it was little better. As an Eldar player myself, it was grim watching new release after new release just being new Space Marine lieutenants painted in the colours of blue and gold. In the meantime, I was reluctantly painting Guardians and Aspect Warriors that were just as old, if not older than myself. I know Tyranid players continue to feel that pain to this day. Obviously, this is more of a Space Marine issue, not just Ultramarines, but the Ultramarines do seem to be the face of the issue, as that's all we ever see. Fortunately, GW have since given the Eldar quite a lot of love, which has sated my appetite for now, but that leaves plenty of poor souls with their borderline antique models. Like I was talking about Warhammer with my auntie the other day, as her sons, my cousins, were into it for a while and they gave me their models years ago. She was like, "Those will probably be worth quite a lot of money now." And I laughed because quite a lot of them were the exact same models that GW sells today. If there's one thing that doesn't gain value with age, it's Warhammer models. Okay, so we've seen why people hated and continue to hate the Ultramarines, and we have looked at a few solutions GW has tried to implement. Let's check out a few more to determine at what point the Ultramarines came back into the community's good grace. Well, the first stage of unfucking the ultra shit reputation was the departure of Matt Ward. Even non-Ultramarine things that he had tainted were attributed to the Ultramarines, creating this nasty feedback loop. With him gone, GW could begin retconning or just abandoning some of the terrible lore.
So what was Matt Ward's position at Games Workshop? Was he like the head honcho? Was he like that guy? Like what was his position?
As well as balancing the wacky rules. Stuff like all other chapters wanting to get fisted by Manius was no longer a thing. The other chapters started receiving more love whilst the Ultra Wank Fest subsided. However, in my opinion, the big thing that made the Ultramarines cool again was the resurrection of Guilliman. This is pretty ironic, as
True. That's true.
You'd think that the revival of their dad as Lord of the Imperium and the hero of the setting is the most ultra wank thing in the entire planet, but they made it work by making Guilliman an extremely engaging and interesting character, whilst extending that good writing to the Ultramarines he interacts with. We get to spend a lot of time with them, exploring their character arcs and culture. The pressure they put on themselves to be the best has really taken its toll on them after 10,000 years, with many Ultramarines and Guilliman himself having been worn down. They were shown to no longer be these Mary Sues, losing and requiring the intervention of other factions to survive, including the Eldar. Manius was also beaten in a fight with Abaddon, which in my opinion would have been a great opportunity to kill him off, but unfortunately GW's balls weren't big enough on that occasion. So by fixing their previous mistakes through better writing, gradual retconning, and less ultra wank, GW successfully changed the public's opinion about the Ultramarines. Was the hate justified, or were people being way overly dramatic about their little pieces of painted plastic?
I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all want my real opinion? Y'all know me for keeping it real, man. I would sit here and be like, well, you know what, man, maybe a lot of people are just passionate, you know, about some things, right? And I will agree. I am passionate about, obviously, can I not speak? Oh my God, what is going on today? I feel like I'm glitching out right now. But, I'm passionate about making videos. I'm passionate about video games. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just now getting passionate about Warhammer. I'm passionate about basketball. I like the NBA a lot. I like watching the NBA. And I'll keep it real. There has been some times where I got mad at my Los Angeles Lakers. There's been some times where I got mad at some video games, you know, doing us dirty, scamming us. There's been times. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm just the chillest guy in the world, because I'm not. Like I said, some situations I am chill, in some situations, whatever, I'm really passionate about something. Being passionate about something and being overly dramatic is two different things. Because no matter what, there has been plenty of video games that have absolutely finessed us and done us dirty. But I've never in my life ever sent death threats to nobody. I've never ever in my life ever disrespected or called out any devs and disrespected their family or tried to tarnish their reputation or nothing like that. There's been many times where I watched my basketball team, my Los Angeles Lakers, lose and stuff like that. I've never DM'd LeBron. LeBron, you suck. Luka Doncic, you suck. Jackson Hayes, you can't reap. There has never been a time where I've ever did that. Like I said, I'm passionate about basketball. I'm passionate about video games. And I got mad a few times or whatever. Bro, I'm human. I got mad before. But at the end of the day, I've never, ever crossed that line. And I feel like Warhammer sometimes crosses that line, bro. The Warhammer community, I know most of you guys are cool, chill, bro. A lot of y'all say that y'all like my videos or whatever. Even people who criticize me, y'all are chill about it. But there are a few people, bro, who take it to the extreme for no reason. For no reason. There should be no point to where you're trying to, you know, send me this or say or try to, you know, get personal with me. Bro, it's just Warhammer. And that's what I always say. No matter how much you even try to affect it, brother, one day you are going to eventually pass away. This is Warhammer. This is a hobby that we all love. Video games is a hobby that we all love. Basketball is a sport that we all love. It's something that we all, whatever it is, it's something that we love or whatever, but it should never, ever, ever cross that line, no matter what opinion you have. And I feel like, and this is what I've been seeing in Warhammer, bro, sometimes the Warhammer community can get really toxic for no reason. For no reason. And I feel like sometimes it can be a bunch of angry people just wanting to let their frustration go on random people by randomly getting mad at something or randomly trying to create a problem. I've seen this happen in Warhammer, bro, in the Warhammer community, bro. I even see it in Majorkill's comments. I see it in Westhammer's comments. I see it in everybody. And yes, I know this is the internet. But at the end of the day, bro, I just feel like in this situation right here, I'm torn because maybe I just don't know. Maybe I don't know that the Ultramarine push was so hard that everybody was like, all right, bro, like, can we have somebody else turn or whatever? But at the same time, I'm like, yo, it's just Warhammer. It's just Warhammer. We should not be crossing that line. It is Warhammer. We should never cross that line of talking about somebody's personal, looks, or talking about somebody's personal family, or sending death threats. Bro, he just, I believe I just watched I just reacted to a Pancrease No Work video, and he talking about some, about death threats that he got. But obviously he said it as a joke, but he was being serious. Like, bro, there should be no way we are getting death threats over Warhammer, bro. This is a hobby. Like, why are we getting death threats over a hobby? So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. To answer Majorkill's question, I think that it's 50-50. There should be no, like, I still think that, and don't ever get this wrong. This is every single community. This is the basketball community, video game community, whatever. There are a bunch of weirdos, bro, who will send you death threats over basketball and football and video games and Warhammer. That's just, you have those weird people. We got to leave those weird people alone, bro. They're just, I don't know. It's just weird. But I'm kind of 50-50 about this, y'all, because at the end of the day, bro, like, it should never be that serious, ever.
Straight up, it was totally justified. If someone tried to tell me that my dog actually wished it had a different owner, I would tell my dog to bite them in the nut.
Yeah, but that's not the same situation, though. That's not the same situation, because that's the dog. That's you and a dog, and that's a personal, real life thing. That's not the same thing as a Warhammer situation. It's just Warhammer, and I'm gonna keep saying it like that. Y'all may disagree with me. You can if you want. I mean, I have my own opinion. You have your own opinion or whatever. It's okay, but I disagree with that right there. That's not even the same. That's not even on the same level. Like that, I don't. Yeah.
It's the same vibe here. Nah. I get that everyone has their own favorite faction and chapter, but you cannot show that kind of bias as a lore writer.
Yeah, but like, you're talking about, I don't want to like do this, but you're talking about a bias towards a Warhammer faction, and you compare that to a dog, to a person walking up to you saying, man, you know what, man, your dog deserves a different owner. Like, that's a whole nother ballpark. That's a whole nother side of the street right there. Maybe that's just me and how I'm looking at it, but y'all let me know down below. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I love Majorkill videos, but I'll probably say this is the first time that I kind of like disagreed a lot with this, y'all. Majorkill, he's still the homie. I'm not going to like, obviously it's never personal, but I definitely disagree on this one.
Ironically, by Matt Ward trying to make the Ultramarines the best and most loved faction, he had made them the most hated. In saying that, GW has really done a lot of good work fixing the Ultramarine lore, rules and writing. Guilliman is a joy to read about, with most of the other factions getting plenty of love now. So if you're one of the few remaining people that have nightmares over the boys in blue, rolling your eyes and fingering your ass whenever someone paints an Ultramarine, then my advice is build a fucking bridge and get the fuck over it. Judging something or someone purely on their past and not on the things they've done to improve themselves is very stupid and counterproductive. It's literally cancel culture, except instead of all
Wait, but if that's the case, okay, wait, y'all let me know. Is Matt Ward in 2025, is he still putting the Ultramarines above everybody? Because if he's not, then if that's the case, that's the same thing.
Ultramarines doing blackface 20 years ago as a joke, they were just mishandled for a couple editions. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel,
shout out to Majorkill, man, for this video. This is definitely a video that I definitely disagree with. But yeah, I know I yapped out on this video. I couldn't even talk. I was stuttering so much in this video, y'all. Again, shout out to the boy Majorkill. Nothing personal, whatever. I just disagreed on this, man. And, you know, comment down below. What do y'all think about this? Because I know y'all going to have a lot to say about this one, man. I'm going to see you later. Thanks, I'm out.